Welcome to the second broadcast of Putting Time in the Booby Hatch, a podcast dedicated to the weird, macabre, and the just plain fucked up. Our first broadcast was an immense success. Thank you to all of you who have listened to it, and those of you who haven't. Fuck you, pull up YouTube and start listening, because this is hilarious. I'm Angelo Mastery. I'm joined here with Richard Ritchie.
Sup, motherfuckers?
And with all that bullshit out of the way, I think we're just going to get right to it. I found this thing on Huffington Post about this kid in Florida. He's the first person on the planet to get a penis reduction surgery. He's 17 years old, and he has a dick that's 10 inches around.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Dude, is that a good problem to have? Or
this kid's basically carrying around a cheese wheel.
Okay, so it's too big to fuck.
Yeah, it's...
That poor bastard.
Now, if it were me, I'd be carrying around like a picture frame and just be like, ahem! 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 Like, you just go to get 2 heads of lettuce and put it right below it and just start saying, what do you think, And I'm scaring people in the frozen food aisle.
God, dude. Well, I mean, isn't there like some guy in England who he has like the record for like the world's largest penis, but he hasn't gotten laid in like fucking 10 years because it's like too big or some shit like that?
Yeah, it's a burden he must carry. The kid said it looked like a mayonnaise jar. And he said it inflated like a balloon out of the blue.
I'm kind of glad there isn't a picture for this one.
Oh, there is.
Oh.
But it's just the X-ray.
Oh, okay. That doesn't look like a dick at all. Like, it looks like a fruit hanging off a tree, like...
Dude, that is... Oh. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Oh. That hurts looking at... Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
And then it just like, listen, at what point did he understand that this was a problem? Like, obviously, I'd be a little wary if no condom I could ever possibly buy would ever attach to my dick.
Yeah, but I mean, who the fuck likes using condoms anyway?
Well, I have to use them.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at what you were fucking. Katie, how do you pronounce her last name?
Don't do it.
Manfrowny, because she makes men frown.
Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, I don't want to get sued. Don't do this.
We can't get sued. I didn't pronounce her name correctly. Technically, they ain't got shit on us.
Okay,
let's fuck you fat bitch.
Oh my God!
Kill yourself, whore.
Dude, okay. Like,
God, even for putting time in the booby hatch, I'm getting fucked up and wrong.
Alright, to find another one.
That bitch ain't gonna hear it anyways. Who the fuck cares? And if she does...
There's a hat-stealing owl in Oregon that they call Owl Capone. He's based out of Salem, and this owl, he's basically sweeping up to people jogging and grabbing the hats right off their head and flying away with them.
Oh, dude, I'd shoot that fucking thing in the head. Are you kidding me? This is a $30 hat I'm wearing.
But what's even funnier is, it's like not hurting people.
Just taking their hats?
Yeah, just taking their hats and flying away.
Was it making nests out of them? Or in them?
Who fucking knows? Like,
do owls make, like, traditional bird nests, though?
Well, there's some owls that, like, make nests out of carcasses.
That's the coolest fucking...
That's fucking metal.
Yeah,
what it is.
That's fucking awesome.
That's like some metalocalypse, is that how you say it? Metalocalypse shit.
Yeah, we gotta get a hold of, like, George Fisher from Cannibal Corpse and be like, hey, dude, owl nests made from dead fucking bodies. Like, make a song about this. For fuck's sake. Come on now. Like, you have a song called Addicted to Vaginal Skin and another one called I Come Blood. I think you can make a song about a fucking owl making a nest out of a dead animal. Like, come the fuck on now.
And, like, one jogger said the owl hit him so hard he thought he was having a stroke. Like, this thing is going close to 30 fucking miles an hour when it hits.
Ooh.
So...
I remember I sketched the back of a car on my skateboard. We attached a pair of jeans, closed them in the trunk, kind of like the line for like water skiing. Yeah. And I was holding on to it, and we hit up about 25 miles an hour, and I hit a fucking pothole and face plant.
That story alone is why you cannot have kids.
Oh no! Here's the worst part: is I got up and did it again. Dude, if I have kids, they're gonna be dead by the age of 5. And you can't even really blame that on anything but natural selection itself.
Yeah, it's doing the rest of mankind a favor. It's like a 20-year-old getting beaten by a 98-year-old grandma. Help me! An old woman's punching me to death! Good, species just got stronger.
Right, fucking for real. And what did you do to piss that 98-year-old woman
and
off?
Here's the thing. If you own something and a 98-year-old can steal it from you, it's not yours anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong to you anymore. Never did. That goes for your kids, too.
God. Dude, that makes me think, like, okay, I'm horrible for this, but I've always wanted to, like, go to a mall and, like, see, like, a couple with, like, their stroller, you know, with a baby in it, walking, and just run up on them, pull the baby out of the stroller, and slam it on its head, and just go, that happened because you're a bad fucking parent.
And like all great stories, it ends with, officer, the cuffs are hurting me.
And if the father can knock me the fuck out, and if I'm still alive, before I could touch that baby and do it, I'd be like, Father of the Year award, right here.
What's even better, he's got like this freaking can of mace.
Oh.
Or the woman does.
Oh.
Like, she's prepared for this.
She's macing me while the dad's wailing on my kneecaps with brass knuckles. World's best parents all over the news. And
add insult to injury, he pulls a dirty Sanchez.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. I could only pray that that's all he does at that point. Like,
welcome to Oz, bitch. All right. A viewer of ours, Nick Hernandez. You know who Nick is, right? Of
course.
He's a really avid viewer, and he asked us he asked us a question.
Nick.
What is our opinion on nudes?
Our opinion on nudes.
Like women sending nude photos. For me, it's only if they're good.
Well, yeah, I think that's everyone's stance on nudes.
I think that goes without saying. But if it's like, it kind of falls on the guy's responsibility too. Like, that woman trusts you enough to give you a nude photograph.
Yeah.
Keep it the fuck to yourself.
I think, like, if she's crying in the picture, it's gold. But, like, if she's like, oh, yeah, here's what I look like, and I'm proud of it, and okay, that's cool, but, I don't know. I guess if I asked for it, yeah, but if a girl's just randomly sending me nudes, it all depends on the girl. But usually if a girl just is like, hey, what's up? Here's my tits. I kind of assume that it's fake. Like, oh, you're not really talking to me. Like, you're probably just, what are those things called on the internet? Bots, where they can actually talk to you?
Yeah,
but it's not a real person.
Catfishing.
Catfishing, yeah. I feel like I'm either being catfished or I'm going to get a venereal disease if I go to her house. So,
either way, you lose.
Besides, I have a girlfriend, so if I'm getting nudes from anyone else, they're probably going to get my dick chopped off.
Hurry, get the electric knife!
Oh, God. Why do I feel like that wouldn't cut as fast as it should, either? Oh, fuck.
And then there's some women who'll send you, like, the I guess, selfies of porn stars.
Yeah.
And they try to pass it off as them, like, okay.
I've never had
my right hand knows who that is.
Yeah.
You can't fool me.
Yeah. I don't know any girls that have tried that with me, but I know a lot of girls that should have. I think you and me both can account for that one.
Oh, yeah. And then there's this one chick. It wasn't my ex, but it was somebody else, and she's like, hey, tell me a joke and I'll show you my tits. And I'm like, okay, My jokes are better than your tits. My jokes they will stand the test of time. Your tits will sag. Who's the winner here? Huh?
Did she show you her tits after that one, or did she tell you to fuck yourself? Oh, she actually did.
I mean, and the joke I told her was like absolute dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was the one with the turtle climbing the tree, and the two birds are like, "Hey, I think we should tell him that he's adopted." and like,
turtle dove.
Wow, if it was that fucking easy,
right?
Like, it's
what do you got to do to bang her? Fucking take her to the improv, like.
I lost my train of thought, you fucking prick.
I think I went with the better choice of drinking coffee instead of beer for this one.
Alright, here's this article I showed you earlier. Woman named Cecilia Westbrook, she's an MD PhD student at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, makes yogurt from her own vaginal bacteria. Jesus.
What does she look like?
She looks like an 8.
I'd eat it.
Westbrook noted that the most common bacteria found in a healthy vagina was Lactobacillus, the same bacteria commonly found in yogurt. She figured she could easily whip up a batch of yogurt by extracting some of her vagina's bacteria with a wooden spoon. Homemade yogurt is traditionally made by mixing a small amount of yogurt starter culture with some milk and heating it.
Yeah, if that woman was a squirter, it'd be so much easier for her, though. Like, literally all she'd have to do is, like, fucking, make, like, a cup of coffee and just fucking play the banjo on her shit right into it.
Ding, 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 ding. Telling people I strum off the sitcoms!
Add some fucking vaginal secretions and sugar to her coffee, you know? I mean, most people masturbate when they first wake up anyways. I mean, shit, you might as well get your coffee in while you're at it, right? Two birds with one stone.
I mean, for men, as a biological imperative, no guy needs to jerk off. That's just a sport you do for the love of the game. That's like going out back and playing a game of horse. You don't want to stand anybody up. You don't want to show that you're better. You just want to make sure you still got it.
Yeah.
You know? Because, like, for men, the day that we can't ejaculate anymore is the day we're terrified.
Oh, yeah.
That is when we immediately go out and find Jesus, if we haven't already.
That's the day I fucking close my belt in the doorway and just lean forward. Like, but what did I learn the last time I tried that? Apparently God loves me more than he does Robin Williams, because my belt fucking broke.
Speaking of what you said earlier about squirting, here's time for the eternal debate, kids. Is squirting actually real?
Dude.
I don't know if it is. I'm skeptical.
Dude. Oh my god. I can't remember the name of this one porn star, but she's like really famous for it. She's got a huge ass. She's like probably like in her 30s. Oh, what the fuck? Flower Tushy, dude. Fucking this bitch, man. Fucking like 8 feet vaginal fucking ejaculations, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like she's like giving the dudes
what the hell? What the hell does she do? Does she set up like tin cans in the backyard? And just,
like fuck a BB gun. I got a cunt.
Fire!
Maybe she's in her late 20s. I don't know, but she aged like fine fucking wine. That's for sure.
She said she did this experiment on her own time without any class assignments. That's what terrifies me the most.
Right.
She actually did this by herself. I mean, then again, it would be kind of creepy if your medical professor was like, hey, make yogurt with your genitals.
Right. I really hope for her own sake she did the initial taste test, too, because
how
the fuck do you propose that to somebody? It's like, hey, you want my cunt yogurt?
It's like, hey, try this free sample. That's pretty good. What is that? It's vag yogurt. And then you wake up in the hospital, your jaw's hanging out, and you got a broken orbit. You're like, what the fuck happened? And then the guys there at the hospital, he's like, by the way, the yogurt was pretty good. And here's the thing. The U.S. Federal Drug Administration says that vaginal secretions are not considered food, and they may transmit human disease. A food product that contains vaginal secretions or other bodily fluids is considered adulterated.
I'd be really concerned if they said it was good for you, to be honest. Though.
Yeah, like
I know eating your boogers helps, strengthen your immune system.
Aha!
Which is
I have an excuse!
Right. Like, I've been doing that shit since I was in, like, daycare. Like, I used to sit there in the middle of class and I'd be going to town. And, when kids stopped calling me out on it after a while, because when some kid would go, ew, you're picking your fucking nose, and call me out trying to make me look like a dick in front of the whole class, I'd just pick another one and chase them around the fucking classroom with it. So then that way they stopped calling me out, because they're like, I kind of don't want a booger wiped on me. And it's like, because they know it's like, oh yeah, you can hit me back for it, but I'm gonna fucking hit you too, faggot.
Okay, the running of the bulls in Spain?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I've always wanted to do that.
They should, based on this article, they should change the name from the running of the bulls to the thinning of the herd. This American kid whose name is being withheld. Basically, this kid looks like a trust fund college kid.
And he got gored to shit by the bull?
Oh, yeah, it gored his ass.
Did he live?
Yeah, he's obviously alive, but he's, in the hospital, obviously.
What a dick.
And then, but this bull basically impaled one of his ass cheeks.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
And then, it's... Apparently... Surgeon Enrique Crespo, he was called to operate on the 20-year-old, and he said that it's not the worst injury I've seen, but it's the biggest goring wound I've ever had to operate on. That would imply that there's something worse.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do people still do this?
Maybe a urethral goring? I don't know.
Dude, my God.
Yeah.
Oh. Ow! That hurts my dick just thinking about it.
Angela just slapped me in the back of the head. Oh, dude, I think I might give myself a fucking seizure out of shock. Jesus.
You fucking deserve that shit. That was, Like it was that one episode of Family Guy where Peter enters the rodeo. Like the bull gets the kid on the ground. I'm a breeding bull. He molests them in the middle of a crowd. And it's like, oh my God. And apparently, they just, based on the video we're watching, these people just watched this kid as he got impaled. They didn't try to stop the bull. Nobody brought out a gun. Nothing. I would assume the human condition would take over and you'd stop the damn thing. I don't understand why people do this shit. Honestly.
I feel like in Spain,
this is the thinning of the herd, not the running of the bulls. Okay?
I feel like in Spain, though, when they see that shit, they're kind of like,
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah. It happens all the fucking time. It's like, there's probably farmers there that, raise the bulls, and it's like, fuck you, that happened to my nephew last week, faggot, deal with it.
These are big fucking animals. These are, close to a ton in weight apiece. And they're sprinting 30 miles an hour.
Jesus.
So odds are they're going to outrun you.
Right.
I
want to see one of them dumb motherfuckers try to jump off one of their balconies and land on the bull. Turn that bitch into the rodeo right in the middle of the fucking running of the bulls. Now if that guy can do that and live, I'll blow him, dude. I don't care. And the reason why I say that is because I know it'll never fucking happen.
Yeah, but if that does happen, that guy's getting a medal.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. It's like some Jason Statham shit.
Yeah, you need to be a superhero.
That's who I always wanted to be when I grew up. When I was a little kid, I always told myself, when I grow up, I'm either going to be Jean-Claude Van Damme or I'm going to be Jason Statham. Unfortunately,
Jean-Claude Van Damme,
closest I ever got was being a hockey player in high school, but,
He's what, 1,000 fucking years old?
Yeah. Bloodsport came out in what, 82 or some shit like that?
I think 81.
81? Yeah. I watched that shit on Netflix, dude. Oh my God, that movie's fucking great. If you haven't seen it yet,
I have.
Anybody
Like,
that
seriously?
hasn't seen the movie Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Think-
I promise you won't be disappointed.
Think the movie Fight Club, but shittier acting.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
And it's all about
Yeah.
the fighting.
And you watch this, and it's not intended to be a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a Francis Ford Coppola blockbuster.
Yeah.
This is something stupid that you get wasted with and watch with your friends.
It's like Kung Fu Theater, just with a man from Hungary instead of, like, wherever the fuck, like, what, like, mostly China and Japan?
Well, he's French.
I thought he was Hungarian.
No, he's French.
You sure?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Well, yeah, it's a very
Do the math.
French-sounding name, but I could have swore he was from Hungary.
No, you hear the guy talk, he's French.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me like him less.
Yeah, French are fucking pussies.
Yeah.
You know, actually, for 50 Shades of Grey, the French rating administration,
Mm-hmm.
they actually let kids under 12 see it.
Really?
Because apparently, they said that
because
that movie...
nudity there is like, that's like fucking like seeing me in like my band t-shirts and skinny jeans like I always wear. That's how they view seeing tits. It's like you see it all the fucking time, and it's,
I mean, like, yeah,
it's no big
I
deal.
would assume in Paris, having an affair is like part of the tour itinerary.
Right.
Let's be
like
honest.
they pride themselves
I mean-
in like treating women better than any other country, but statistically they cheat on women more than anyone else too.
I mean, their prime minister, Francois Hollande,
Mm-hmm.
this guy is so stereotypically French, it is almost offensive. He cheated on the first lady with a 31-year-old model. And then he cheats on another model who's 25 years old, and he picks her up on a scooter.
Like a fucking
Like one of those little moped
yeah, what are they called?
scooters.
What, like a Vespa or some shit like that?
Yes. That is a sequence of events so stereotypically French, it's offensive.
Oh yeah.
That is... I mean, at that point, you gotta go, you know what? We need to rewrite that.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
We gotta start doing fucking skits for this podcast. Like, that could be like the first one. I probably fucked up by saying that because now everyone's gonna comment like, "Yeah, start doing skits," and we don't have the budget for that. But fuck
yeah,
you guys.
we're not.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
This is not Saturday Night Live, okay?
I wish it was.
Did you see their 40th reunion last night?
No, I didn't.
They had a bit where Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York,
Oh, they got him back on
he
there?
was the host for the evening. And he was playing a cab driver. I'll take porn over Disney any day. I'm freaking Giuliani!
Didn't they have him in a bit with Will Ferrell back in the 90s or something?
Yeah, he was, like, the guy was a fucking prick, but he was a fucking asshole, but he kept New York in line.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but one thing I disagree with, New York is the masturbation capital of the United States.
Well, yeah.
Back in the 50s and 60s,
Take 2 steps out your door, you're going to step in something sticky.
like, people would come from around the world to compete in masturbation with our local guys. Guys from, like, Finland, Sweden, or one of those countries where public masturbation is legal.
What, do they have, like...
It's legal there as long as it's not directed at anyone.
Really?
Yeah, you can sit there in the street corner, just look in the sky and whack off, and nobody's going to say anything.
Can you fucking... Can we Google this?
I got you one even better. We got to Google cheap flights to Sweden.
No.
Dude, a 10 here is like a 4 over there.
What do you mean, like a 10-year prison sentence?
No, like a woman who's a 10 here,
Uh-huh.
she's a 4 over there.
Oh.
That's how fucking attractive these women are.
Jess, I love you. But we're going to, Sweden? Yeah, we're going to Sweden.
And hey, the Vikings didn't bring back the ugly ones, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, the Vikings were also known for being very, vain.
Yeah, they were vain,
Like,
clean, all that shit.
They're vicious, pillaging, murdering rapists. But they're beautiful people. They're fucking pretty boys. That's like my buddy Dylan Petruska fucking coming into my house, getting it with my
Speaking
mom
of which,
against her will,
Dylan-
and then burning down my bedroom.
Dylan, if you're listening to this, once we get another microphone, we're having you on as a regular.
And Dylan, if you can pull that off, if you can actually pull that off, you got a high five, a beer, and a pack of smokes waiting for you. But at the same time, I fucking dare you. Bring it the fuck on.
All right, I think I found the best one that we're ever going to talk about. Man on dolphin sex documentary makes big splash at film festival. Malcolm Brenner claims that in 1970 he had a consensual sexual relationship with a dolphin named Dolly, who he met at a Florida amusement park when he was taking photographs for a children's book. Now, this disturbing story is the subject of an award-winning documentary.
Award-winning?
Yes.
Fuck off.
Dolphin Lover debuted last week at the Slamdance Film Festival in Park City, Utah. Brenner, now 63, was 18 years old when he met Dolly at the dolphin show of the now-defunct Florida Land. He speaks of this time with the aquatic animal as if it were a romance and not an act of bestiality and raging animal rights activists. In other words, fuck you, PETA. Right. I fucked a dolphin.
It's like that guy on Springer that married his horse. They kept having to tell him to, like, stop with the PDA because he was, like, making out with the horse in between, like, questions and shit. Oh, dude, it was funny as hell. Oh, and they're like, isn't that sick, you know? And all he said was, well, sick is as sick does. It's like, so you just agree that you're a sick fuck and you don't care. Yeah, you know what? High five, dude. You know what? Fuck yeah. All right, cool. You embrace who you are. That's all that I fucking care about. You know what? You fuck a horse, you fuck a horse. I ain't gonna fuck a horse. Are you kidding me? I've fucked enough ugly bitches in my life. It's like, dude, you know what beer goggles are, right?
Yeah.
I don't even need beer. It's like, oh, you know, I recognize that I'm a fucking chud. I look like a fucking, like Opie from Andy Griffith if he had fucking daddy issues and a fucking beard. So in
like, other words, Opie from Andy Griffith.
Yeah, I'll take whatever the fuck I can get.
And, oh, wait, he explicitly explains how he and Dolly fucked each other. I started rubbing along her back, working my way to her flukes, her tail, and as I was rubbing her, moving my hands to her tail, she was rolling along her long axis. Ooh, 50 Shades of Grey, Dolphin Edition. It ended when Florida Land was closed, so the land could be used for housing. He said Dolly was shipped off to an oceanarium in Gulfport, Mississippi, and died 9 months later. He wrote a 2011 novel about the experience, Wet Goddess, and was then contacted by documentarians Kareem Tapsch and Joey Dowd.
Can you repeat the name of that novel?
The novel was called Wet Goddess.
That's fucking gold. Dude, where can I get a copy? Like, can we do, like, a fucking reading of this for one of our fucking podcasts? Like, read, like, the first chapter? Or at least find a good one where he gets right into the dolphin fucking, like whips and chains and S&M underwater, dude. Like that fucking song by, what was it, I think, As I Lay Dying, Underwater Bimbos, like... That's fucking awesome. Or was it Every Time I Die? One of those two fucking bands. I don't know, my buddy Shane Spawn showed them to me. I can't fucking remember. Something about when the iron sharpens the iron, and then fucking break down.
I mean, the interesting part is, dolphins are the only mammals besides humans to have sex just for the hell of it. Like, and that's probably the only way you could get away with fucking an animal like that. I mean, hey, some guy fucked a chimp, and now there's AIDS.
Right. Kind of want to see I do and don't want to see what kind of diseases would come from a dolphin, as long as the right people get it. You know, like a couple of our ex-girlfriends, maybe
Mitt Romney, we're looking at you.
Maybe we can bring Ronald Reagan back to life, and then he can get it, because fuck Reagan and fuck the drug war.
Okay, I need you to read this.
Florida mom gives birth to 14.1-pound baby after surprise pregnancy.
Okay, at what point did you think that was a surprise, lady?
A woman who didn't realize she was pregnant until her third trimester delivered a 14.1-pound baby boy in Florida on Friday, according to hospital officials.
I gotta say this.
What in the fuck?
She's walking around with this big bulbous thing coming out, and it's like, hey, feel that. What's it feel like to you?
Was she, fat as fuck off rip or something?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I think it feels like a fucking baby. No, I just got to fart, man.
Yeah.
I just got to fart real bad. And it's like, well, how did you know you were pregnant? Well, I was walking around, and then I thought to myself, fuck, I gotta take a shit! Only when I sat down, it wasn't a shit, it was a baby.
Oh my fucking god, that's awesome.
Now listen, I'm a bigger guy. I'm
Yeah.
like 270 pounds. I've taken some pretty mean shits in my life.
Oh yeah.
But I have never taken a 14-pound shit.
Right.
And if I did, I would rethink everything I did in life up until
like,
then.
dude, I'm on like about a 40 of King Cobra a day diet. I mean, like, I know about some nasty shits, but like, I can decide. I'm pretty sure I'd be able to decipher the difference between taking a shit and like what's like the man's equivalent to like birth, like a kidney stone or something.
Firing out
like,
a greased up cannonball.
Right. It's like I don't know. I think like, what did they say? Like a kidney stone's like the male equivalent to like the pain of like childbirth. I think I would be able to decipher the difference between my dick being in the worst fucking pain ever and, okay, I drank a little too much fucking PBR and fucking Steel Reserve last night. I gotta go fucking shoot liquid out of my asshole.
I mean, and like, speaking of shooting liquid out of your ass, kale. It's like treated as like the ultimate superfood.
Isn't they
like
put,
it's actually
they
here's
put
the
that
thing.
in lizard cages, don't they?
Here's the thing, kale. It actually causes thyroid problems.
It's fucking funny, dude. My friend's mom makes salads for her bearded dragons with crickets, blueberries, and kale. I didn't
Listen.
like,
if a lizard's eating it, I really don't think you should be.
Yeah, exactly. Like, other than like the blueberries and maybe like the crickets you get at BA Sweeties that are coated in all the salts that make it taste like salt and vinegar chips.
I mean,
those are fucking good.
Hell, they're good. Hell, insects are a good source of protein.
Right. It's like I'd rather eat the bug than.
I mean,
eat the kale.
I've eaten a mealworm before.
Mm-hmm.
And in all honesty, it wasn't that terrible.
I
don't think I'd recommend it to anyone else.
I had a caramel coated fucking tarantula once. Those are actually pretty fucking bomb.
Like, if I was starving, that's obviously what I'd go after.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to exert the energy to try to trap and kill a deer.
I'm one of those sick fucks that, like, I'll take a girl on a date to, like, a Chinese buffet, and I'll get all the stuff that looks exactly the same as when it was alive when they cook it, like the little octopuses and shit. And, like, the shrimp that still have everything on them. And I'll bite the heads off of all of them first and shit. And they'll be like, what's wrong with you? I'll be like, it's fucking good. That's what the fuck's wrong with me.
You're just sitting there, like, slurping up, like, the octopus and shit like spaghetti. And making, like, these loud slurps just to even further piss her off. It's like the same effect of trying to load the dishwasher around her. Because it's like, okay, here's how I load the dishwasher, like Jesus on Adderall. Here's how you load it, like an inbred fucking orangutan. And it's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to keep doing it the way that I do it, so that way I don't have to fucking do it anymore.
Right.
I have figured it out, lady. Like,
I wonder who that one's directed at.
It's directed at no one in particular. That part, in all honesty, was just pure fucking anger. Like, okay, here's another thing that pisses me off. The whole, like, vaccine scandal.
Yeah.
Listen. Vaccines are a proven fucking science. Yeah, they might make your kid a little sick, but if he's going to get sick from a dead germ, he doesn't deserve to live anyway. That's natural selection.
Right.
Okay? These are designed to keep other people from getting sick.
Like, don't they inject you with, like, the sickness and some kind of medicine along with it, right?
Well, it's
so you get, like, a taste of it?
It's
so
more or less like a dead version of the virus.
Okay.
So, like, it's still there, but it's, like, not...
But it allows your immune system to get a good look at it and figure out this is how we fight this thing?
Because that's how the body fights disease.
Yeah.
Is by giving it practice.
Right.
Okay?
That's why Native Americans were dying of, like, what? Like,
smallpox and yellow fever.
Like, well, when we came over, we were giving them, like, common colds and killing them and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because their bodies had never really gotten that before. So they're like, oh, fuck, what is this? I mean, plus, what, back in the 1500s, diarrhea fucking killed people.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And then it's just like, listen, I don't really care what kind of shit that you read. Any medical physician who knows what the fuck he's talking about is going to say, time and time again, vaccines work.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I don't care, like, Bill Maher, like biblical fundamentalists, I don't give a shit. It is a proven science that has been in use for over 200 years. Okay, and if your kid gets sick and dies from it, hey, your kid shouldn't be allowed to live if a little dead virus is going to kill him. Okay?
You shouldn't have gave him the fucking vaccine in the first place. You should have known there was something fucked with your kid to begin with. Like,
and it's like, and the whole thing with the Ebola outbreak, everybody was freaking out how it was going to kill us all and all that shit. And it's like, oh my God, Ebola is the next big swine flu. It's going to kill us all. Oh wait, it didn't. Never mind.
Right. I mean, if you look at the statistics too of like the countries it came from, wasn't there like less than 5,000 deaths or something?
Not even that.
Yeah.
They were able to stop outbreaks before it hit the 1,000 mark.
Right. And like, look at how many people are in the country of Africa. I'm pretty sure their population is more than the U.S., isn't it?
It's actually very close.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, if only 5,000 out of what, like a couple fucking million, people die. I'll take those odds, honestly. Like, dude, I remember when I fucked my wrist up and I had to leave work early to go to get it checked out. As soon as I walk in, there's a fucking sign on the front desk that says it had a picture of Africa with the countries that were most affected by Ebola highlighted, and it says, immediately inform the lady at the front desk if you have been to one of these countries in the past whatever the fuck months,
And
so
here's the thing.
they asked me that, and I'm like, no, I just have a fucked up wrist. I need an x-ray. So I go in, the fucking doctor. He's like, I have to ask you this, it's a stupid fucking question, I know, but I have to ask you in the past, 6 months or blah, 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 have you been to this country, this country, this country, this country? I looked at him, I was like, sir, do I look like a Christian missionary to you?
And then it's like, there's been Ebola scares in this country before. There was one in like 1982. There was one in 1990. In total, 4 people died from the disease. And they were all foreign aid workers. Okay.
So people who more or less went over there and fucking asked for it.
Yeah,
they were doing good work. Like, it's not like, oh, fuck you, you deserve it. But
and besides,
at the same
Ebola,
time, what did you think was going to happen?
Ebola has a 76% chance of being cured if you find somebody within the first 24 hours.
Huh.
Okay.
What does it do though? Doesn't it
It basically turns your insides into liquid shit. Like it causes the cellular structure in your organs to break down.
That's fucking brutal.
Its scientific name is rheumatic fever because it targets the heart and the blood vessels first.
Uh-huh.
They call it Ebola because the Ebola River in Africa, that was the first big outbreak. In 1970.
Kind of like how whatchamacallit, that ALS, they call it Lou Gehrig's disease because he was the first famous person to get it.
Yeah. And then, and the death toll of that, it was nowhere near other diseases that Africa's experienced in the past. Like Northern Africa, it lived through the fucking bubonic plague.
When did the bubonic plague come back?
Oh, this was back during, post-Roman times.
Oh, when it was a big thing.
Yeah, believe it or not, North Africa used to be Rome's breadbasket.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's where all the food.
Well, that explains all the black people in Pompeii. Do you ever see the movie Pompeii?
That was fucked up.
Oh my god, that was such a cool fucking fight scene when they had all the guys chained to the fucking pillar with all the rocks in the background, and then they sent the other gladiators after them, and they had to be with the chains around their ankles fighting them. That shit was so fucking cool.
Yeah, and then it's like, listen, the bubonic plague killed off close to 55% of Europe's population. Take 10 random people you know. Within a week, 5 of them are dead. You can't even fucking bury them all.
Right.
Okay? You literally just have to chuck them in a pile and burn them. That's plague control at its most basic. You pile them in the street and you douse them with gasoline. It's
right. But now we can't do it because it's politically incorrect. Fuck off. Political incorrectness is just another way to fucking
that's what they do. That's in modern hospitals. That's what they do with a body that died from Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, better known as mad cow. Because mad cow disease, it's probably the closest thing that'll ever come to a zombie virus. It literally gets into your brain and turns it into Swiss fucking cheese.
So it's like rabies?
Worse. Because with that, there's no fucking cure. Rabies, if you find somebody within 48 hours, they can get it out of your system.
You know what I never understood is I've seen a lot of zombie movies. I'm a huge fan of the Resident Evil video game franchise.
George Romero.
The
Walking Dead.
Oh fuck yeah! I've beaten just about all the Resident Evil games out there. Fucking Left 4 Dead. Beautiful fucking game.
Did you read World War Z by chance?
Not yet.
I got the book. You should read it.
Oh, fuck yeah. But here's what I don't get, is I've heard so many kids, a lot of my own friends say, oh, dude, I really hope there's a zombie outbreak. I think it would be fun.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You know what that implies? Your mom's dead, your dad's dead, your girlfriend's probably dead, and a lot of the people you know are gonna come after you and try to fucking eat you, dude. You know what a zombie is? That is a cannibalistic corpse. And most of them are people you know. It's like, oh yeah, I just had a wonderful night with my girlfriend. Now she's literally trying to bite my head off.
Yeah, that's what would fuck me up the most.
Right. It's like I wake up one morning and I have to shoot my mom in the fucking head because she's trying to eat me. Oh, dude, I'm saving one in the chamber for myself. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
yeah,
fuck that.
That's what would fuck me up the most about a zombie apocalypse. It's the fact that everybody I knew and cared about is trying to kill me.
Yeah.
And for no other reason than they want to eat me.
To me, that should be like everybody in the world that has like any sort of love and compassion in their heart. That should be their number one fear. Is everyone that they love and care about all of a sudden wants you dead.
And the other thing is, who are the people you're going to meet along the way that survived? Generally, these are those survivalist assholes.
Yeah.
Like those urban mercenaries that stockpile on
like guns. Those guys in Michigan?
Yeah, that stockpile on guns and food for something that's never going to fucking happen.
Right, and chances are, if you come across those survivors,
they ain't going to be nice.
They're not going to be nice to you. They're probably going to just kill you and then ask questions later. They'll probably shoot you in the head and then look for bites.
But I will say, though, it is a smart thing if you have that much supply stocking up on weapons.
Right.
If you're the guy in the block who's got all the canned food and the medical equipment, hey, desperate people are going to come after you.
Right. Especially, too, like, if, say you're armed and you approach another person that's visibly armed, as you are, they don't know if you're trying to rob them either. So you could approach them with the best of intentions, but they don't fucking know that, and why should they believe you, you know? Most people, I think, in their right mind are just going to put one in between your eyes and not even take the chance. Because A, they don't know if you're trying to rob them, and B, you're just one more mouth to feed, and that's less food for them.
Precisely. Like with The Walking Dead, that series on AMC.
I fucking hate that show.
I never really got into it, but my sister did, and I will say, I did like the character Herschel.
You see, I'm one of those dickheads that'll read, like, the comic books, and then watch the movie, and then be like, that's not how it happened.
But did you by chance play Telltale Games?
Oh, I did. That wasn't bad.
Because they worked in direct partnership.
With the comic?
Yeah.
Dude, the fucking ending of the first season of that shit.
Oh, that fucked me.
Oh my god, when fucking Clementine had to either leave him and let him turn into a zombie, or kill him. Either way, it's like, oh my god, that's horrible. Yeah.
Like, that poor girl, she had to grow up like 10 years inside of 2 months.
Right.
Okay. Talk about a fucking...
That girl was a little badass, though.
Oh, yeah.
Clementine was the shit.
All right, now to change the subject.
Chicken hawk.
It's a political term of somebody in political office who displays two traits. Aggressive support for military forces, a primary instrument of foreign policy, and a documentable lack of military or combat experience. And it also usually means having the opportunity to fight or even actively dodging it. The Bush administration comes to mind. They had.
So you mean like those buddies you have in high school that wear like USMC T-shirts and then they never join the Marines? Like they're all about military and then like, but they would never join.
Yeah, I mean, I wore shirts like support our troops, and
yeah,
like my uncle had this one shirt that he got me, which detailed Iraqi freedom that he fought in. Like I'd wear shit like that. I think that's cool, but if you're wearing like camouflage with actual military patches and shit like that, that
like
just
the
seems
kids that show up to school in army fatigues because they think it looks cool.
Outright disrespectful to me.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Like, and you know, we got buddies like Brett and Tom who enlisted in the military and they got bigger balls than I do.
I think Brett's in Afghanistan right now, and Tom's airborne. He's he's gonna be dropping out of planes with a fucking AR on his back,
I said,
pulling it out and shooting these fucking Dune Coons in their heads.
As I said, bigger balls than I do.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's just like, yeah, if your enlistment date is set and everything, then you can wear it.
Yeah.
I don't care. But if you're sitting there and acting like, oh, we should nuke the entire Middle East because they're full of problems, like, fuck you.
Right.
Okay? So anyways, like, the only politicians I have ever known that actually have had military service is Henry Kissinger, who was the Secretary of Defense under Nixon, and John Kerry. That's it. And, like, listen, during Nixon's administration, it was full of fucking chicken hawks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Kissinger and Nixon were the only two people that had military experience.
So would you consider Bill O'Reilly a chicken hawk?
Oh, it says...
He dodged the fuck out of the draft.
They have... Dude, bro. They have a list. And he's the first name on there.
Wow.
And, dude, Rush Limbaugh avoided the draft by saying he had a cyst on his ass. And here's the thing. He did that for 3 years.
That's fucking funny. Dude, honestly, it seems like dodging the draft, though, would have been a lot easier. It's like, get a buddy who's down, take a few shots, go into the recruiting office, and kiss him on the mouth. Like, because now, that's when they considered being gay to be, like, a fucking, a mental disorder, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, A, you weren't allowed to be gay in the military, and B, you can't join the military if you're considered to be, fucked in the head. So it's like, hey, just walk in and be like, by your standards, I'm mentally insane. Come here, Angelo.
and then it's like, if the draft ever starts again, and if I cannot move to Canada, I'm just enlisting.
Right.
Fuck it.
Well, a lot of the people that came back from Canada after the war got arrested and put in prison for
draft dodging.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, if the draft ever does come back, I'm just enlisting.
Right.
Fuck it.
Right.
Because trust me, I know I'm gonna get drafted.
Right. And
I know my name will get called. So
I'd
rather just pick where I'm gonna.
I already know I don't qualify because I have bipolar with symptoms of mania depression. I'm pretty sure they look at that and go, no, you're gonna probably try to eat the napalm and kill yourself.
It'd be even funnier if you ate the napalm and developed a mutant superpower.
Oh, that would be the shit.
Like you turn into the human fucking torch. Or since you're a redhead, you can call yourself Firebush.
Just the fire crotch. The fucking with a flaming sword that is my dick and just fucking knock people out with it.
My Schwartz is bigger than yours!
Fucking just stand on rooftops, beat off, and it turns into a fucking World War II flamethrower, lighting shit on fire with my own cum.
Yeah, that's the Human Torch's superpower they never talked about. That's the one that was never mentioned in the comics, and I really think they should have done that. Oh man, that would have been a lawsuit I want to be in the courtroom for.
Oh fuck yeah. It's like, why are you disfigured? I don't want to talk about it.
And I'll
stand up proudly and be like, I gave that bitch a facial she'll never forget. Every time she looks in the mirror, she's reminded of it.
Yeah, and it looks like she faced down a meth lab explosion.
And survived.
Like her head looks like an overcooked turkey. It's
like Walter White, you think you fuck people's lives up? I came on their face and disfigured them for life. At least people can quit your drug before they turn into that.
Oh my god. Okay, this is probably... I think I have found the dumbest human being on the planet right now. It's this guy in in England.
Mm-hmm.
East Rudnham, Norfolk. Apparently, he dug up a large bronze object that looked like a bent sword. This thing's worth $300,000, and he's using it as a doorstop. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Did he know it was worth that much when he did that, though?
I'm pretty sure if he found out after the fact, he'd be
Right.
pretty fucking pissed.
But do you think now that he's got all this media coverage behind it, it would give it some value? Like,
I mean, the thing was bent when he found it,
right.
so I don't exactly know what that's gonna do.
So it was bent, but he made it worse?
Yeah, more or less. Because he kind of, like, overworked the shit out of it. And then it's just like, okay, yeah, whatever. I found this one thing on the internet.
Uh-huh.
It's this, like, weird product that I want to own someday.
Does it go up your ass?
No, but it's honestly just as cool. I gotta find it. Oh, shit, where is it? You know what? I'm not even gonna look it up because I know what it is. It's basically called tactical wall hangers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a series of desks and cupboards that when you push them open, it reveals gun racks.
You mean like Stewie's bedroom and Family Guy?
Yeah, so you can have, like, a bookshelf, or, like, a shelf here.
Pull the right book off.
You pull the right book, and it just flips down, and there's a 12 gauge.
Those are real. I fucking want one. But I live in an apartment, and I have a mother that knows me too well, so I would never be allowed to own that. Like, I'm the type of kid that goes to Fin, Feather, and Fur and asks if they have a back-to-school special.
Hey, Klebold, it's off. Oh shit, he started.
I am going to hell. Or Guantanamo Bay or
you know
something.
what we should do at some point, like, honestly?
Huh.
At some point in future podcasts, we should just play Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And just, like, not... Because, like, this shit is not scripted as it is.
Right.
That's what makes it even fucking funnier,
Right.
in my opinion. It's just us sitting here talking about shit.
Hey, that article has a picture of a nice ass. What's that one about?
It's the Little Book of Butts. It's on Amazon.com.
Uh-huh.
And there's its companion book, The Little Book of Tits.
I love big asses, dude. I want that book. Are you kidding me?
You know what? I think the next time you and I get drunk,
Yeah.
we should make
You mean like right after this fucking podcast?
we should make a CD of 80s power ballads and just title it "I'm a Big Girl Now." Because, like, in the city of Cleveland, to get a DUI, you have to plow through a recess in kindergarten and still fail a field sobriety test.
Right. It's like, you ever seen that fucking Irish anti-speeding commercial? Dude, it's like, it's playing like some fucking sappy, lovey-dovey sounding cover of Sweet Child O' Mine, showing all these little kids in preschool getting their coats on and picking up their lunch bags. They're going on a fucking field trip to the park to have a picnic. And then, meanwhile, it keeps panning back to this other guy who's getting his car keys. He gets in his fucking nice-ass sports car. It's like a Lambo or something fucking nice. And he's zipping around this fucking, like, backcountry road. And he turns around this tight turn, and his car flips out and flips over the wall, and it's tumbling, doing a barrel roll like fucking Star Fox 64 down the hill, and fucking levels all these kids and flattens them to death. And you just hear an Irishman go, "Shame on you."
Oh my god.
It's
Like, that is morbid, but that is also somehow
and
really
that's what's
fucking
like,
funny.
that's what plays, like, on commercial breaks. Like, you're sitting there watching Adventure Time, and then all of a sudden, bunch of dead kids. What?
Speaking of fucked up ads in the United Kingdom, I saw this one sign on a bar where, like, how most bars have "Don't drink and drive."
Yeah.
This one had "Don't beat up ambulance drivers."
That's hysterical.
Because, like, over there, private citizens don't have guns,
Mm-hmm.
so, like, they will call ambulance drivers up and beat the shit out of them. It's like UFC in the streets. I'm serious. It's like, literally, Here in this country, it's just shit talking and waiting for the bouncer to come.
Yeah.
Over there, it's where you from? Across the street? Fuck across the street! And then it is a fucking melee of wigger huge white women in the parking lot.
Did you ever see?
Oh wait, I'm not done. There was another one in a bathroom in Dunfermline, Scotland, where it said everyone's out tonight, including chlamydia. That sounds like an exotic woman, where it's like, hey, chlamydia, your father's here.
Dude, speaking of fucked up shit from overseas, man, I remember in my English class, I had old Kelber, and he was the best teacher. He showed us how fucked, the public service announcement commercials are, and he showed us one about, don't text and drive.
Oh, I remember that.
And I got in a lot of trouble because, the commercial ends in a 5-year-old girl trying to wake up her dead parents as the ambulance people are, pulling her out.
I gotta hear what you said.
And all these people are like, oh my god, that's fucked up. And then you just hear me pulling a Peter Griffin. And my fucking teacher was like, Richie, I'm used to you saying some fuck shit, but, you have to go to the principal's office.
Oh my god!
And, I tried to explain to him that I was laughing not because the little girl's parents are dead and that she was trying to wake him up. I was laughing because it's they actually show that shit on TV. Fuck a Sarah McLachlan talking about dead dogs and shit.
But seriously though, those dog commercials have got to be the ultimate feels machine on the planet.
To be honest with you, dude, I'm the sick fuck that looks at my dog and goes, you better not shit in the fucking house, because that's where you're fucking going if you do.
Oh my god!
Hey, PETA, a hand job would be really nice, just saying.
Yeah, fuck PETA.
Yeah.
Honestly. Listen, I'm all for species conservation and shit, but I don't want you to yell at me because I'm eating a steak.
Right, okay? Fuck off. Steak is good. Steak is good and you people suck.
If human beings were meant to eat, leaves and shit, we wouldn't have canine teeth.
Right.
Okay?
There's a food chain for a fucking reason. I get, okay, maybe there's such a thing as overkill, and, maybe some of the shit KFC does isn't, all that right. But at the same time, fuck chickens. I don't give a fuck.
Although
fuck
I will say this, in some ways, chickens are morally better than humans.
Why is that?
Name 6 ways that we're morally better than humans. Morally better than chickens. You can't do it.
Right.
There's never been a chicken.
It's true.
There's never been a chicken that's gone home and beat the shit out of his hen. There's never any chicken drug gangs. There's never a chicken that straps a guy to a chair and hooks up his nuts to a fucking car battery. There's no chicken. There's no 6 dead on freeway. Chicken brought in for questioning. He's got a wing over his eye. No pictures. Fuck off.
A chicken never formed a black metal band called Mayhem, shot himself in the fucking head, and then had his chicken guitar player take a picture of it and use it as their next album cover. Dude, I just joined a band the other day. It's called Austin and the Fundamental Masturbators. We're Nirvana meets G.G. Allen meets whatever the fuck we feel like playing at the time. But Austin,
where do I get tickets?
Austin, if you shoot yourself in the head, I'm not putting that on the album cover, so don't get any fucking ideas.
And then it's you know why? Chickens are decent people. Okay? And yet, with us, it's an abortion, and with them, it's an omelet.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
So basically, abortions are the same thing as omelets. Just from a chicken.
And I think we can end it there. Thanks for listening, folks. Stay tuned next week for another broadcast, and stay classy.
And give me a hand job.